What's up, everybody? Tommy Runs,
Aaron Worldwide.
and this is the PR Project off season.
It is the PR project.
Oh,
You're
444. Hey, man, thank you so much to our sponsor who has been so dope. Season one, technically, and off season, UCAN has been the sponsor. They have been rocking with us. We've been using their fuel. We've been using Edge on the run. We've been using the energy before the runs. We've been using the protein plus energy after the run.
And if I could interject into this testimonial real quick, I used the super starch with what I'm saying, a very magical dash of watermelon hydrate
this morning
prior to my run this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot how good it feels.
I thought you said I thought you did it and then forgot, like you mixed it and didn't.
No. I made sure to consume it, and man, I just forgot what that sustained excellence feels like.
Yeah, it's sustained excellence. It don't say that on here, but it really should. Sustained excellence in a box or in a jar, whatever you want to do. But UCAN has no sugar, no caffeine, no crashes, no highs, just sustained energy across the board for your workouts, for your day, for your long run, for your easy run, whatever you need, they got you. They got bars. Now I ain't talking about wrapping. They got actual bars that you can eat. They got granola, which we ain't tapped into yet.
We ain't got that yet,
but yeah. You too
can pull up on your man. You can.
Yeah, I need that though, honestly. You too can as well. Use UCAN. Try it out for yourself by going over to ucan.co, and copping, and you can use PR Project as a promo code PR Project, and that will get, is it PR Project? Yeah, PR Project, and it'll get you 20% off. PR Project, 20% off any of the items. You can throw in as much as you want to on that. Did you know math works out? The more you add to your cart, the more 20% is. Did you know that?
Did you know? As inflation increases, this 20% really becomes more and more savings.
We here for you. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying, if I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Joe Biden might not have you right now.
We got you. We got you.
Got you.
Only, I mean, let's go to politics. Joe Biden's only issue is he ain't popping one of these before the thing.
Tell you, he wouldn't have fell off that bike if he was off that UCAN.
Okay, all right, come on. All right, UCAN did not authorize that conversation, but they did authorize that 20% off that you can get if you go ahead and do this. Honestly, this has been crazy great. Everybody that I've given one of these to was like, yo.
And it was a lot of people. It's a lot of people you've given those to.
This candy. I'm passing this stuff out.
Trick or treat. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, giving it to kids. Parents come back like, why is he so calm and just energized throughout the day?
Productive. He's just been productive all day. No drop off.
The kid and the parent. All right, man. So
that's actually cool because you told me the story about UCAN and it began with a kid. So
it
all comes full circle.
It did. Don't give kids candy. Give kids UCAN. And in order to continue to give your kids UCAN throughout the year, use that PR Project to get that discount.
We're fans of steady insulin levels, steady blood sugar levels, whatever. I'm sorry. Let's move out of this. Let's pivot.
I don't even know how to get out of here. All right. I'm not even here no more. All right, so let's talk about training vibes, bro. We haven't talked. This whole show is about training. It's about shoes. It's about whatever we really want to talk about, because the cool thing is this is our show, so we get to do whatever we want to do. So right now, this is the off season, right? So off season to us means, kind of working on that faster turnover, working on racing, working on all type of stuff. So the training vibes today is going to be a little more exciting than usual, right? Today's training vibe includes a 5K that both of us ran yesterday. That rhymed.
We did that.
And that rhymed. Acknowledge, please.
Yes, you can be a rapper if you want to.
So we ran yesterday. We ran the You got to say the name.
Trenton Summerfest 5K, 10K, and half marathon series of races, sponsored by Trivium Racing. Shout out
Trenton Summerfest
5K.
All right, cool. So let's talk about your race experience first, because 5Ks are really fun. They're not really that fun, but 5Ks are fun to think about before and after. Tell me about your experience, because this is the first time that you've raced a 5K since
Jingle Bell, in which
I did in December. I'm not laughing at you.
No, laugh at me.
But it's funny that, dang, that's crazy. That's even better. Talk about this race.
Okay, so yesterday I woke up at 5 in the morning. This race was quite a ways. This race was quite a ways from my house. But no, seriously. Trivium always does a great job of putting on very good race events, especially for a smaller company. They kind of set the standard for what you need in a smaller, more intimate race environment. So that was very cool. I've raced Trenton 3 years now. I did the 8K last year and also 2019, 2020. This one fell victim to the pandemic, so we didn't get a chance to race out there. But this first time racing the 5K in Trenton. It is it's like a semicircle loop around Elizabeth Park, and then about maybe a mile of course through the residential area, a couple turns.
Yeah, about a mile.
It's a pretty cool course. I would prefer a 5K course not to have a U-turn, but that's kind of tough to try to put together a perfect loop for a 5K. But yeah, so I was able to run a PR yesterday.
What was your PR before?
So my PR prior was from Dearborn, Decades 5K last year in August at 1902. And yesterday I was able to shave 9 seconds off of that and bring it down to 18:53. So
yeah,
I'll take it. it. My goal was a little more aggressive, but I also was looking at this race as an opportunity to kind of shake the rust off, since we haven't raced since Rhode Island / Boston. So it was cool to get out there, put a bib on, and go through all of the motions of racing. So that was cool. And to scoop a PR this early in the season was also a promising thing. So
yeah,
PR project. This is the second PR since we started. So maybe we onto something.
Dang, it is. Yeah, I'm not on this. I'm apparently not on anything. But yeah, no, that's dope. You got a PR. Actually, obviously we ran with 31313. There was a gang of PRs out there yesterday. Too many to name, honestly. I ran yesterday. In number one, let's talk about you for a second. First, hats off to you for PRing yesterday, and considering that it was, like you said, it's a rust buster. No, you're not making any excuses, but it was a humid day. The course was nice, but there is that U-turn, so that adds a little bit of confusion to it. It's not a hilly course at all, but that ending was just a little tougher. Probably knocked a couple seconds off as well. But I was very appreciative of finishing and finding out that you PR'd, and that kind of gave me hopes to know that we're going in the right direction, because you had actually started, training for it a bit. I mean, nothing. You didn't do like a whole 6 week or 8 week 5K block, but you started adding in speed, all that stuff, which just goes to show people that there's a cool and fun, less intense way to kind of prepare for something like this. You don't have to go all out and hurt yourself. You don't have to switch up everything, just by adding in a couple workouts or one workout a week, really, to the easy running that you're already doing, or to the running that you're already putting up, can put you in a good spot to be fit enough to go to the edge and push yourself and hopefully PR. So hats off to you for doing that.
Appreciate that, my brother. And yeah, just to kind of piggyback off that, I'm at about maybe 60% of total volume is what we were at the peak of the marathon training block. So it's not like I'm overextending myself. It's not like I'm putting in all these miles, a lot of volume. We are getting a progressively more intense on the workouts, the speed workouts each week, but nothing that's like killing me. So legs still feel pretty fresh. Yeah, so definitely, I echo everything you said. It's not like you have to kill yourself to try to go out there and continue to improve. It's just being intentional and being consistent and respecting the process,
Right.
and that's what I've been doing. So, fortunately, I've been getting some good results because in the past I've had an up and down relationship with training. So to have an opportunity to string together some good months in a row is extremely promising.
Yeah, and I think I said it last time, but like I mean, you can't prevent injury and you can't prevent a blow up or whatever. But you can do all the things within your control. And if you don't know what to control, do some research, ask people that have done it before, who have made mistakes. But you've really done a great job at like doing the things that you've learned should help and making sure you're consistent with those, like working out, ice baths, rest, all that stuff. So
Yeah, and I'm not, and a lot of times you do give me a lot of flowers for my my outside of running, like hygiene or whatever. Not that I stank or anything like that, but
yeah.
it just seemed like the right word to you. But I'm not perfect. You know, there's times I miss foam rolling. There's times I skip strength workout. So it's not about trying to be perfect. It's just trying to be as best you can. We all have jobs. We all have lives outside of running. So the running takes up a big part of that. But if you are able to throw in those extracurricular things, then by all means, they go a long way.
To be honest, bro, I mean, just this full disclosure here, because ain't no, we like that's my issue, honestly, is that I'm like all or nothing for most things. Mm-hmm. So it's like I really want to do more. I want to do, I want to be more consistent with the workouts. I want to do them 3-4 times a week or whatever it is. But like I'll plan to do one and I miss that one, so I won't just like jump back on the plan, or I'll do 1 or 2 in not in a row, but in the days that I thought or planned for it. Then life happens and then I'm off a day, so I'm like, okay, well I'll just start back up, and I just do that thing that like we just keep pushing off stuff or whatever. And I like that I just appreciate that, like, hey, this isn't about being perfect, it's just about being mindful and applying some grace to yourself like we would give someone else.
Yeah.
And then just getting back to it, and not even back, just get to it. Forget the days that you missed. Just do what you can today. And then tomorrow, see what happens. Try your best to control that and just plan for it. And really, it's about planning, honestly. Yeah. It's about planning.
It's also about being dynamic, because sometimes you'll have 15 minutes in between meetings or something at work. Mm-hmm. If you're working from home. I know Tommy does a lot of work from home. You got 15 minutes. A lot of times we just like out of habit go to grab our phone and let's scroll a little bit. But it's like, no, let me take these 15 minutes and maybe get down on the floor, get down on the yoga mat and do some core movements or something like that. It's any little bit goes a long way.
It don't have to be a 40-minute workout.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't. I was out the other day and I'm just like, the park is around the corner. I've got 30 minutes. I got my yoga mat in the back of the car. Let me just go roll this mat out and go through this 15-minute YouTube walkthrough of a core routine with Tracy something or another. She's a very nice lady. It's Good and Well. They have YouTube workout. Tracy Copeland is her name.
I'll check that out. I think I heard of her. I just didn't know. I don't know if I heard of her page. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Nike master trainer too. So she has some cool like running specific core workouts and just quick 15-18 minute videos and she goes through. So yeah, it's just about choosing to apply your time in the way that is most beneficial. And if you get around to doing it, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. But and you were saying like it kind of snowballs sometimes for you. It's like, man, I missed it today. So I plan to do 4 this week, but it's like, I don't know if you ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy, but they say just because you've invested so much money in something, a lot of times we want to keep throwing time or keep throwing money at the thing that's already draining. Like you just gotta write it off. Like just wipe it off. I missed the workout Monday. It's okay. It's okay that I have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday planned. I miss Monday. That doesn't mean that you can't jump right back in and do Wednesday and do Friday too. So don't let one day kind of throw you off. Just write it off. Don't make excuses for it. Hey, it is what it is.
Right. don't invest so much energy into the fact that you missed that day that it keeps you from doing the thing that you could do today. 100%. 100%. Like that's me. Like
I get you because I'm especially like anal about my routine. So it's like I want to make sure I do it, and it's just like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You already have a very routine running
like,
calendar. Like, bro, it's only so many things you can be on point about. So
right.
It's cool.
Thanks for being a kind of a guiding light and a good example for me and for other people to kind of work this into our schedule. So for me, I ran the hold on real quick. I just got the gang is back. The gang is back.
Back. Sorry we missed you guys last week. Tommy's a father.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Father's Day was cool.
Tommy is a father. He had some golf to do.
Some running to do. I
didn't want to pull him away from Father's Day. That would have been very rude. So
I didn't want to be like in the same house with my kids on Father's Day. That's my gift on Father's Day, is to not necessarily be around the kids. So the race, the 5K yesterday, I went into this knowing that, kind of still nursing the injury. I mean, I don't feel any pain anymore, just discomfort in certain spots or at certain times. So the thought of going into this race was to just run the race, pull back a little bit, and just get out there. But I had the opportunity to pace a friend, Dante, who was going for a PR of like 22 minutes in the 5K. And I'm like, well, that actually works out decent for me. So like I can get out there and run a good tempo, put some effort in, but then take the focus off of me and put it on someone else and just have a good time, helping a friend and helping like someone that trains with us a lot. So I had the opportunity to do that because you're going after PR. I know I wasn't in PR shape at all. So it's like, why even play that? Why try to land in the middle of that and not be happy or something like that? So went after that. And so we got out. The funny part about that course was it's slightly downhill for like the first mile. And the first mile was like, yo, this ain't too bad, And then you start going through that neighborhood and then that U-turn. So everything kind of starts to add up on you a little bit. And as you come back into the park, it's like definitely like a kind of roller uphill, not crazy, but just enough in the 5K. Anything, I heard somebody say, Sydney, who we ran with today, she said any hill in a 5 or 10K, any hill is just like, is torture, because especially towards the end of a 5K or a 10K, it's like you're already lactic, you're already getting close to the edge, especially if you're running crazy. Then it's just whatever. So she did really great. She was running pretty strong through like 2.5. And then that's like when like the adversity hit, she fought through. And luckily it was cool to be there with her and watch somebody go through what I've gone through, like in 5Ks and stuff. And she pushed through, didn't stop, got her PR by like a minute in a 5K. And I was just trying to tell, like, people like 1 minute doesn't seem like a lot. In a 5K, that's huge. In a marathon, maybe it's not so crazy unless you're like really, unless you're crazy fast already. But for normal folks, 1 minute in a marathon isn't too crazy. But 5K, that's huge. So shout out to you, to her, and to a bunch of other people who PR'd yesterday. So that was my experience. No knee pain whatsoever. So that was really cool. And as soon as I was done with that race, I messaged my coach Melissa. And I'm like, what's up? Can I race this next 10K in a week? So hopefully I'll be able to do some damage there and have some fun.
That's fire. I'm glad to hear you made it through with no complications.
Yeah.
That's always a win. And shout out to Dante. That's a big deal. Anytime we run faster than we've ever ran before, it's cause to celebrate. So I'm happy with how the weekend went for everybody actually in the club and everybody involved in the race. It was beautiful to see that people. I think we had more people at that Trenton 5K from We Run 3-on-3 than we've ever had at one single race. We had almost 70 people sign up. So
70 people from one run club sign up for a race in June. Pretty crazy. And that's just the beginning of a season technically. So that's dope.
And, just real quick, I do want to shout out Demetrius. So Demetrius Johnson was he won the Trenton 5K yesterday. And it was really cool because at the start line, he tapped me on my shoulder. He said, "Hey man, remember me from Toledo?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I do remember you from Toledo." Yeah. So Demetrius is super fast. It looks like I combed over his Strava a bit. It looks like he ran cross country for U of M Dearborn.
Oh, dope.
And if you haven't noticed, Demetrius is African American. He's a black like us. Demetrius is a very black man name.
Yeah.
And so he's out there representing our community, whether he wants to or not. Because
you
you
have been nominated
with you wherever you go. So shout out to Demetrius for the win yesterday, and being a strong runner. That's awesome. I love to see people that look like us at starting lines of races, and I definitely go out of my way to make sure I show love to the ones at the starting lines that look like us, because it's few and far between sometimes. So shout out to Demetrius.
And then just to piggyback on that, like it's such a big deal. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it really is, because I mean, when it comes to like running for, for us at least, it's like you got kind of newer to running ish vibes, but you don't normally have like that middle of the road between elite and hobby jogger or hobby runner. And it's really cool to see a young black guy that's fast and is working at it and getting back into it, because when we saw him, I think in Toledo, he was kind of, I think, just getting back into running after something, because he had a little break there. But it's really nice to see representation in the lead packs of like these races that are American born, as well. And speaking of American born, the fifth fastest Black American born woman, she won she finished second place overall yesterday and won, first place woman. Ari Hendricks, she ran yesterday and did a really great job as well. So it's just really important. That's actually crazy. 2 Black people won the race. That's dope. But yeah, so we're not asking for anything for anybody to do anything, but it's just really nice to acknowledge that, because it's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Big deal. All right, so we just talked about racing. I really want to jump into the shoe case. We're going to do a little differently than we have before, and I'd love to go after the racing shoe because it's a better segue, but we're going to talk about our favorite training shoe and our favorite racing shoe. And for training shoes, we're talking about shoes that not carbon plated typically. They're not for racing and going fast. They're more for like cushioning and support and those easier, moderate to easier miles that you would wear more often than, say, like the big carbon plated shoe that costs $200+ that you go crazy fast in all the time, or makes you feel faster. So training shoes, the ones that last a little longer, all that stuff. So we're going to start with that. And I'm going to have you go first.
Okay.
We're going to talk about favorite training shoes. I have to take that off the ticker. There we go. Bow.
Okay. And I'll if you want to, once I throw this up there, you can go ahead and throw the ticker on there. But this is an old reliable. I'm so glad that when you expanded my screen, it wasn't nothing crazy out there, because I definitely framed myself before we did that. But this is an old reliable. I find myself reaching for this shoe. I think maybe because I don't have boxes for this shoe, so it's just the one that's out. But yeah, man, we've preached the gospel of the Nova Blast 2 a million times. As you can see, this one's pretty dirty. I grabbed this shoe when this is like the chicken in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we ain't got nothing for dinner today.
In the freezer.
We ain't got nothing for dinner. We ain't got nothing for dinner today. Hey man, just pull the chicken out the freezer. We'll make it work. You know what I'm saying? That's what these are. Like, whenever I don't want to think about a shoe, I just be like, well, I know the Nova Blast 2 is there. I know that I know I can throw the Nova Blast 2 on, and it will take care of pretty much everything other than like an intense workout. I can throw this Nova Blast 2 on and I'll be fine. I've got 2 pair in my rotation right now. I've had 3 total. I killed 1 pair already. I'm working on killing this pair now. It's gonna, aka the chicken in the freezer. Yeah. And so shout out to Asics. We've got big love for Asics. The Nova Blast 2 is, I would say, as close to a perfect everyday trainer as you can get.
Why? Why?
It's soft. It's almost like when what's the nursery rhyme when they go in and they
the
you know what I'm saying? It's not too soft.
Goldilocks in the bear.
Yeah, it's not too soft, it's not too firm. It's bouncy but not too bouncy. It's stable, but it's not heavy. Like, it's just it hits all the sweet spots that you need for a daily trainer. If you want to pick up the pace a little bit for strides, it's built to do that. If you want to just take it easy and just run super slow the whole time, it's built to do that. Comfortable upper. The FF Blast is solid, just all around a good cut, good lockdown, good heel counter, no hot spots. Just this is the I want to give like a golfing reference, Tommy. What wedge do you what club do you pull out like versatile? You know, like it's not the driver, it's not the putter,
like a 7-iron or something like that.
Yeah, let me get this 7-iron out
and
try to just like hit this ball close to the pin and hope for the best. Like that's what these are. So
I'm gotta stop you right there, man. That was impressive that you went for golf, because there is like in every golfer, like there's that one club. I mean, you can't hit it all distances, obviously, but there's that one club, no matter how bad you playing, that one, you're like, oh, this is my 7-iron distance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me pull out Shelly. Let me pull out Shelly to hit this
one. Only one club got a name. The rest of them just nameless.
So yeah, shout out to ASICS, man. Nova Blast 2. We talk about it all the time. I think our most popular video on YouTube is talking about the Nova Blast 2 in comparison to the Gel Nimbus. I said some foolishness about the Nova Blast 2. So, but you know, I was still trying to figure it out. I never committed because I don't make commitments. I don't speak in absolute. So I said I might like it, but I don't. This is it. This is the
the might was blasphemous in itself.
This is the alpha and omega of training shoes right now. Thank you, ASICS. Let's keep rolling with this one. I know they got Nova Blast 3 in the pipeline, so we'll see how that goes.
And I have heard some things, brother. When I tell you I have heard some things, I think that they're saying that like I heard it's like for me when I put on the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus, the things that I didn't know that I didn't like some of the things about the first version until I found out that they fixed them in the second one, you know? And I heard that this is kind of like that. Like they took a shoe that was already don't touch it, and they touched it and it made it a little better. I heard.
It's when you get that rental and you realize your car been knocking for the last 2 months and you're like, wait.
You're like, yo, yeah, like how much would it be to extend this for the weekend? You know?
I don't want to get back in my car.
You know what? Can we make something work? So let's talk about my favorite trainer. I want to be in a big spot. There we go. Big spot. I'm gonna go with the On Cloud Monster right now.
I knew it.
I knew it. I don't know what is going on. Like, cause since I've had this shoe, I have reached for this shoe more than any other shoe on easy days than any other. For me, it's up there with ASIC. It's up there with the Nova Blast 2 for me right now. Like I don't want to speak crazy, but it's up there, bro. Like it's a different shoe, and I think it's kind of cool that it provides like a different feeling. But in the running process, like during the run, it's these cells or whatever they call them. The cloud technology has changed so much, and people say like that have tried On that didn't like them will be like, nah, I tried it, it doesn't work for me. But I've talked to someone. There's a different designers made these shoes, and they're starting to make some of the other super shoes that they're going to be coming out with than have made the other ones in the past, and they've just been playing with this foam. It's hard to it seems weird to call this foam, but I mean it's just foam with like hole through. But this foam they've really perfected it. It's a bouncy. It's not really. It's a bouncy shoe. It absorbs a lot of the a lot of the force that you would normally put into the ground. It is bouncy, but not too bouncy. The fit is really nice. Only difference I think that I would love to kind of get figured out a little bit more is the lockdown. It's not going to slip and slide around, but I feel like I just wanted to hug the foot a little bit more. This upper is not a cloth upper. It's kind of like an engineered mesh, I guess you would call it. So that tends to be a little different. Like the lockdown is a little bit different than I'd want for it to be. But this is definitely a shoe that you can pick up the speed in. I really love a versatile trainer. You know what I'm saying? What happened?
No, keep going. I'm just taking mental notes.
All right, I really love a versatile trainer. I'm not gonna do intervals in this shoe, but if I had to do strides at the end, this is what you can definitely get it done. And a lot of times, like when we talk about shoes, we're gonna have at least 3, 4, or 5 pairs of shoes in rotation to cover all the bases. But we got to keep in mind that there's some people that only going to have 2 shoes, this type of shoe, a trainer, and then like a racing shoe, hopefully. Or some people just may have 1 shoe in the beginning of their process. And I feel like this is one of the shoes that you could have that would be able to do everything for you. I mean, you can run a 5K, 10K marathon in these, I think, because they provide enough support. They are fairly quick. They're not the lightest shoe in the world, but they just figured it out to make sure is if a shoe is heavier and it feels like it's intuitive and they feel like they've done a really great job of fitting it on the foot to the point where you don't feel like you're dragging something around, then that's the type of shoe that I want to have, on my feet during those easier miles to anything a little faster as well. So this is one of those shoes that you can cop and just wear every day of the week if you wanted to. This is definitely a long run capable shoe. I just really love shoes that can last for any of the days, like that 7 iron. Just reach for it. You know that it'll do you well. I wouldn't take this to the track, but it is what it is. But anything other than that, this is the shoe that I've been reaching for so much. And I feel like I'm cheating on my Nova Blast, but these have just been it for me for the last, since I got them, really like 2 months. Yeah. And the more I'm running them, the better they get.
Yeah. I mean, much like, in running, it always comes back to cheating. You know what I'm saying? But no, I can attest to that is your favorite trainer because I see you wear that a lot, and I've worn it quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Put me back on my correct side. But there we go. I took it out for. It's funny that you said it's long run capable because I definitely took it out for a long run. Mm-hmm. A few weeks ago, 12 miles. It was so hot, bro. It was so hot. I hated it. Yeah. But it felt good for the first 8 miles for sure. But something about my life broke down and broke me and I think it was the 80 degrees plus humidity. But the Cloud Monster is definitely a very capable and very respectable entry into the running space from On, because we have seen some less than stellar. Well, let's just say, let's call it like it is. Less than stellar, poorly reviewed shoes from On Running. So to see them put a shoe out that is
so much
different. A mark of a great company is being able to pivot, and they didn't keep doubling down on what they were doing. They kind of realized that it wasn't resonating with the community, and they made the appropriate changes in order to try to put forth something that was a bit more well received. And I think they hit the nail on the head.
And with the likes of companies like ASICS and out here dropping Nova Blast 2, I mean, you have to answer, and you can stick to your guns and just keep doing, like you said, just keep doing, making the ones that sell, because they're selling. They ain't got no problem with selling. But in order to have people that are, really want to get the most out of some training shoes, you got to step it up. You got to try to figure out how to compete and make sure that you're providing a quality shoe on someone's foot. Like people are loyal to brands too, to a fault sometimes. Like, so you're just buying all the, I'm not saying that this is what the people are doing, but you can buy all the shoes no matter what. But you want to make sure that those loyalists have, a comparably good training shoe that they're going to wear for 70% of their miles,
It's unbelievably competitive space. So yeah, if you half stepping, no pun intended, it's not gonna work.
All right. So to the fun part, the favorite racing shoes. So racing shoes, we would categorize as the shoes that you're going to pull out in the 5K, 10K, marathon, whatever you run, but faster type shoes, ones you would reach for sure, like in like a tempo day when you feel like you want to get a little spicy, or when you throwing in some intervals and you definitely need to get that turnover and you want to practice what you're going to race in possibly. Normally they'd have carbon plate in them or a nylon plate. It's up to you what your vibe is. So here we are. Favorite racing shoes.
I'll go first.
Yes, please, because I gotta go get mine.
So this is funny that it's called the favorite racing shoe because I haven't raced in this shoe yet, but I've done literally everything else, and I feel bad because the shoe looks gross right now. But
Oh,
maybe it is.
Oh, you did it.
Maybe it's hot on my mind right now.
What?
But shout out to Hoka.
What? I
The
didn't
Rocket
know that
X.
was coming.
The Rocket X.
Wow.
I feel like when we did Rambling Runner, I left the Rocket X off of my top 5.
You did. I had it on mine.
I know. I was trying to be different, bro. I wasn't trying to have the same list. I was trying to give these
Sometimes you
people.
just gotta roll with what's going on, man.
But man, so I wore these today, and when we finished, I told Joe. I said, Joe, I've never had a bad run in these. I've never I've never ran in these and regretted running in these. And I've done some serious stuff in it, from long runs to, as you can see, they're dirty, beat up. They're not as old as this level
that's winter
would indicate.
That's a winter running.
Yeah,
shoe.
but I wore these for a muddy interval, like long interval session that we did on heels with Spencer from Asics in the fall or like early winter, and just tore them up, got them real nasty.
I threw mine in the washing machine, same color, and it works out really well. Just don't do it on cold water and don't dry.
Yeah. Wash everything on cold because we environmentally friendly. But yeah, Hoka Rocket X, man.
Yeah.
Very unassuming. Somebody pulls up to the start line with these on, you might not think like, oh, okay. But no, this shoe performs. This shoe gives you good bang for the buck. Super comfortable, unbelievably light. It like Hoka's thing is like maximalist, like heavy cushion, but man, did they nail it with the weight, with the feel, with the springiness of the shoe. Man, very nice. If I could get a clean pair, I wouldn't be opposed to racing in these. But I feel like I can't pull up to the starting line in a fresh kit with these on. Maybe I do need to throw them in the washing machine and see what happens. But yes, Hoka Rocket X. I wore them on a long run today, and I got caught in no man's land. And dang, we didn't even talk about your long run today.
We can talk about that after.
Ran in these today. Gave me good nostalgia, good feeling. Reminded me of the last training block. I did a lot of my workouts in these and quite a few of my long runs in these in the last block leading up to Rhode Island. Yeah. My first marathon, a block that I'll never forget, and a shoe that will always have a very special place in my heart. So shout out to Hoka. The Rocket X is a go. It's green, as the young boys would say. It's green out here. These is it.
All right. Well, Hoka, you are now green. Those are some great shoes, and I'm actually looking forward to, because you've seen the Hoka Rocket X2 on Alafine Tuliamuk's feet, and she's been winning left and right. You saw him on Steph Bruce, and she finished second American woman in Boston, and she's been wearing it other places, and it actually looks, you know how that's pretty unassuming. The Rocket X2 now looks more like a super shoe. It's got like the angles and stuff like that. It's a little bright. It's a lot brighter. It's like a greenish and it's got a bunch of different colors. So they leaning into the.
They threw the Rocket X in the phone booth and dressed him up as Superman.
Right, Clark Kent came out Superman, and it's kind of crazy because if you look at the Rocket X, like those would be they look like hip bowling shoes, you know, right now, and that bowler will smoke you in a 5K. You just don't know.
Yeah. But you got a 5K at 330 and you got a bowl at 300 at 4. Perfect shoe. Whoa.
Perfect shoe. Just put that little footy on there to make sure that left foot slide. You good.
You Gucci.
You good. But yeah, dope shoe. All right. So my pick for favorite racing shoe is right now.
I'm about to leave the stream.
The new
you about to stream this on your own, my guy.
Hey, the color difference threw me off all the way.
It was nice to know you, bro.
Right. So this is the New Balance Fuel Cell RC Elite 2. District Vision.
Wow, I'm not as good as you.
Oh man. It's okay. I got you. District Vision. This is the District Vision one. So it's a little special. They did all the things. They got all the stuff in it. I've had this on the shoe on the show before. Aaron is a hater because he doesn't have this version. He has the normal ones, but they're nice too, right? the look of it doesn't change performance.
I got a sample for the record. I got a sample colorway, so it ain't normal. But
yeah. So I mean, it's not like you just got like you ain't out here like normal. But
general release, but still,
yeah,
my inner sneakerhead is very upset with you.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not really, but whatever. So
you sorry? You sorry? All right. Still waiting on my apology.
So I ran a tempo in these. I did a tempo in these. I've done intervals in these. And then yesterday I ran the 5K in these shoes. They are I love the foam in this one. I think that because this is the same type of foam, the fuel cell that's in the Rebel V2, I believe. So it's a very soft, squishy, bouncy foam. Not even bouncy, it's just real squishy. So it's very soft underfoot. And with the addition to the plate in here, it really does a really great job of like that comfort feel. If you're looking for a racing shoe that is comfortable, that every step it's a quiet shoe just because the step is so soft in these. This is the type of shoe you want out there, because there are some others out there that are more bouncy and aggressive, kind of up and down bounce, and there's ones that are like a little firmer, so they're a little louder, more of a hard ride. If you're not looking for that and you're looking for that like soft, that soft feel throughout the run, this is definitely a great shoe for you. It's a very comfortable shoe, very breathable as well. Like as if you're able to like zoom in on here, these are actually just straight up holes, so it's a very breathable shoe. You're not going to go through like a hot day where your feet are just sweaty, because I mean that's a big thing too, is like some of these lighter weight shoes, the upper that they've had to go with to knock down that weight sometimes can be a little stifling of the foot and you get a little sweaty, but they've done a good job at making sure that these are breathable and airy. The look of them is just dope. Obviously it's really cool to pull up to a race in a nice looking racing shoe. Like we just talking about, the Rocket X is just a little different of a look, but this kind of checks off the boxes. And normally a lot of the racing shoes lately are really bright and bold and all these crazy colors. It's real sleek to just pull up in some all white boys. They have these in black as well. New Balance did a really great job with this, and hats off to New Balance too for always seeming like they nail the collab opportunities, you know, because they collab with District Vision, who's doing really cool, really fresh stuff in the space. So they got with them and let them design and freak this shoe out a bit, and they did a really great job. So this is a shoe that I'll be wearing very often in this training block. And unless
speaking of collabs, I don't want to cut you off, but speaking of New Balance collabs, they have that Fuel Cell RC Elite 2 Stone Island collab.
Oh yeah.
I would not be upset if that somehow landed on my doorstep, because that is a fire shoe.
And Stone Island collab. All right.
Yeah, it got like the rips and it says Stone Island under it.
Oh yeah. It looked like it's thrown away, and because it kind of looks like the normal one with that New Balance thing, and then it's yeah. So yeah, check out New Balance website. These may not be available on their site. This is probably District Vision site. Check them out. But if you want a good, bouncy, soft, comfortable racing shoe, this is the one for you. Yeah. Good looks. I think that I would probably race later on in the fall in these, unless like the version 3 comes out and we're able to get our hands on those. So shout out to New Balance. This is going to be getting a lot of play this summer, late summer.
Yeah, and you would never gaslight the people, because these shoes are not available online right now. They're sold out.
That's right. It was an unintentional gaslight.
Well, I'm lying. They aren't sold out.
See?
But if you wear a size 5, you'll be good. And if you don't,
they're not sold out. Your child.
So if you want to get them for your child or your wife, or if you are a grown man with abnormally small feet, that is also
like the funny part is if you are a grown man with very, very small feet. Yeah, so let's talk about I would like to talk about we did a thing today.
You were supposed to let me intro that, bro.
Okay, so
look, Tommy Luther King came through.
Racing shoes. Let me end out this one then. Racing shoes. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit up Aaron. Hit up Tommy. We have many racing shoes, so we will be able to kind of speak to each one we like our certain shoes, but if you like another shoe, hit us up too and say, hey, what? Or if you're thinking about a different brand, you're like, hey, what do you think about these? We will most likely have some type of idea of what we prefer and why and what we would like to go with. So we're not trying to sell you anything here, but we're just giving you our thoughts. So if you're looking for some Adidas, we know about those too. So if you're looking for New Balance, Saucony, we got it. So
DMs are open, but not to nonsense.
DMs are open for DMs are open for appropriate shoe conversations. I mean, Aaron, you probably DM Aaron for whatever you want.
But anyway, so Tommy Luther King pulled up in Ferndale today. I want to set the stage. So we were running on a long run. Joe made mention of, dang, Tommy, like, I feel like you should like get a. I don't know why Joe didn't just do this himself because
no. So I said it would be. I love that we can run like this together. It was 4 of us running, 4 or 5 of us running together at a decent pace. I was like, it would be dope to one day we'll have a bigger group and there'll be more of us in this pack, and that would be sweet to run with more people at this pace for a longer period of time. And then Joe was like,
so Joe like, put it together, Tommy, you should do it. And of course, Tommy being the executor that he is, he's being the coordinator that he is, he put it together in like 3 weeks. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah, maybe we can do this in the fall, maybe next year it's on the table. It was done in 3 weeks. Next thing you know, I saw a flyer on the internet and it's like, yeah, Tommy runs, big ass long run. And I'm just like, what? Like what? 8 a.m.? So I'm not a morning person, but I couldn't miss this one. So yeah, Tommy, let him know what happened today, man. Let him know how it flopped. Are you on mute?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
There we go.
That button mute, it makes it where if you say something, I can't hear you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You what? That doesn't mean mute me. That means
no, I don't want to hear you talk no more. Mute. No, so it was just a really good opportunity to be able to try to bring the community together. So after the idea was talked about, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out. So I hit up all the local run clubs and said, this is what I want to do. Here's the date it's going to be. Bring them out, bring your people out. It'd be a great opportunity to get the community together. Because a lot of times, like all cities have multiple run clubs, and normally the only time they get together is during like a race day, a race weekend or something like that, where everybody comes together, and then you see all this wonderful diversity and stuff like that. Last time that it happened outside of a race was in 2020. They did a solidarity run to support Black Lives Matter, and it was huge turnout. All these people showed up. It was really great, and I'm like, but it's sad that that's the last time that we did something like that on purpose. So invited all the run clubs. They were really into it. Loved the idea of getting together just to run. No sad cause. Just a cause that really is the best cause, which is getting together and making sure that we're not creating borders within groups or between groups and between communities. So I put the word out, put the thing out. It was kind of quiet because it was I didn't have a sign up sheet. I just could see people sharing it, like group sharing it. We Run 313 is one of the only groups in the area that has an organized Sunday run, I believe. I mean, there may be 1 or 2 others, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not all the groups, their day isn't Sunday. It's like during the week sometimes. So I'm like, well, this is a stretch. I don't know who's going to come. So I pull up, it's like 20 people already there. And I was like 15 minutes early. So I'm like, oh, this is decent. It's cool. Maybe we'll get them plus, my friends from We Run 313 to come. That's 30 something people on a long run. That's dope. That's going to be great. Standing there getting ready, and just cars are just pouring in. I had a sign up sheet like old school. 80 something people signed up there, but I know it was more people than that. It just, because the picture in the run, it was just crazy. So it's just such a really great vibe. It was so many different people came out. There was a couple people that had came across the border from Canada to join in because they heard it through another run club that I didn't even know about. The word of mouth was absolutely crazy. Such a great experience. We ran a 6-mile route and a 10-mile route. Within the 10-mile route was the first 6, so we all were kind of together in that aspect. A huge just line of people running down the street was just absolutely great. And I just looking back at the videos that were captured, there were so many people that I know didn't know each other, running right next to each other, talking, having full conversation, introducing themselves. Now we know more about like what days other run clubs in the area run, which is really the point of it. I mean, it was very vain thought in the beginning, like that'd be cool to really get a great video of us, running and having fun, but it just turned into something that it really should have and was probably meant to, which is just to bring the community together, to blur those lines of like this run club versus not versus, but this one and that one over here, they do this day. There should be more overlap, and there should be more people that just know about We Run 313's runs, and they pop up if they can on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday, or Run for Brews on Monday. And it was just a really great vibe. And I'm still like floored at the amount of people that showed up, and I really appreciated the support from all the run clubs. UCAN provided a bunch of fuel, was able to give out a bunch of edge packs to people had it for the first time. One of the guys there today was he ran the 10 miles. Today was his longest run of his life, 10 miles.
Wow.
He ran it with this huge group of people that, normally that doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was just so happy to be there. It was just, I couldn't have asked for like anything better today to have happened. And it was just perfect. So check it out. I just posted a video. Go to my Instagram, check it out. You'll see all the people, all the groups that came out. Each group member, run club member, got to speak on the bullhorn to just introduce the group, introduce themselves, and what days that they ran. So it was just a great vibe, and I hope to be able to do it soon and keep the community vibing and connecting.
Yeah, and I'm super proud of the fact that you were able to put that together. You are a pillar in the running community here in the Detroit area, and I don't even say that.
I know. I just can't take it.
You are. You're an important piece of the community, and you have a special talent of being able to connect people. So
appreciate that.
Shout out to you, and shout out to everybody who came. Obviously, and it's in our nature to kind of be tribalistic and kind of like want to get in with our people and stay with our people. But the way we learn, the way we expand, the way we grow is by interacting and interfacing with people who have different beliefs, look differently than us, who are from different backgrounds than us. So I feel like that is an unbelievably important part of the running community that is lacking right now, is the fact that people kind of run with the people that are like them and look like them, or work with them, or there's always some common thread, right? In these run clubs or in these run crews together. So the fact that you were able to bring all these people together from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different run clubs. I'm sure there were people there running that's been running for 20 years, and there were people that just started maybe a few months ago. So not too often do you see that kind of thing happening. The running community can be very separated, very broken apart. So to see everybody come together and under a cause of unity and community is something that obviously the running community can learn about and learn from and kind of take from, but the community in a greater sense, especially in the times that we're living in right now, bringing people together, and even bringing people together that don't share similar beliefs, bringing people together that may just be different on so many different levels is something that we need people to take note of. The people that get paid more than us, the people that have more power than us, the people that have more influence than us, the people that are telling women what to do with their bodies. We need to get them around women. We need to get them around Black people. We need to get them around Hispanic people. We need to get them around LGBTQ people. Like, the more that you interface with people, the more human they become to you. And a lot of people act like some people in our community aren't human. So, man, it's just great to see. And I'm proud that I get to call you a friend, and I'm proud to be able to help you out as much as possible, because the things you are doing are unbelievably impressive. So shout out to you, Tommy Runs.
No, thank you. I mean, I appreciate all that. And I think it was like one of those things that, I don't think the running community knew it needed in this area until today. Like, I thought we needed it, but then just to know that that other groups, and let's just call it what it is, We Run 313 is the Black group. It's predominantly Black, and the rest of the groups are not that. Most of the groups are white. And so for 6 or 7 other run clubs to also agree, this is what we need to do, and have people show up that don't even run together on Sundays often. So for them to put out the call to use their platforms to share my message, and to pull their people and trust them, in my hands, so to speak, means to me that the leaders of these run clubs also agree with us to know that whatever they vote for, or whatever they believe is right or wrong or whatever, they do believe that we need to be more of a community together, because we are the Detroit running community. Like, no matter whether we run separately and believe this or believe that, whatever you want to call it, we are the Detroit running community, and we need to be that and be more together. And especially, like you said, at a time like now, we need to have as many connections as possible to outside of our sphere. Very much important to have people look like you, to feel welcome, and to have things that were created by someone that looks like you for you, but it's important for someone in the community, run club leaders, a random dude named Tommy, to see the need to bring that amazingness together, at least once every now and then, to make sure that we realize, like, it's so simple. Oh man, I need to get a run in. It's Thursday. I don't know anybody running. Oh, we run 3-on-3s running. Yeah. Or it's Monday. I need a whatever. Oh, run for Bruce. That needs to happen, and it does for some people, just not as many as we'd like. So hopefully stuff like this is great and it keeps it going. So appreciate the platform to speak about it, Aaron.
Absolutely. So
in this narrative has to stop. Martin Luther King is not a thing we could do, because that is hilariously stupid. But it was said in our group chat, but I do feel that I'm lucky to be able to connect to so many different people. And the good thing is that running is one of those things that just naturally brings people together anyway. Yeah. So for someone to say, like, hey, let's do it together, let's go. I'm really impressed by the run clubs that pulled up and came,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah, man, very successful weekend for us, for not just the two people on the show, but just a lot of the running people that we know. So shout out to everybody. Next weekend is the 4th of July weekend, but we will be streaming on Sunday.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. So yeah. So next week I'm running in the Toledo River Run 10K.
Yeah.
Aaron and I ran that last year. If you are in the Midwestist area, if you're in Ohio or Detroit or whatever, and you're looking for a 10K to do, that's a little challenging and fun on the 4th of July morning early, so you can get back to what you got to do and go to your cookouts and all that stuff. It's a really great way to start the day. I thought it was going to be a little more like inconvenient than we went down there, but it ended up being a really great time, and we were back in the city in no time. Yeah. But if you are looking for a race to do, I can absolutely get you a promo code, because the people at Toledo Runners have been really great, or Run Toledo have been really great to us. So I'm going to be down there. So if you want to come, let me know. I'll get you a code. Pull up on the 4th of July, but we will still do the show. It may just have to be like a little earlier, so I'll head down to get the bid.
No, you're good. The 4th of July is Monday.
Yeah. But I'm going to go down Sunday.
Reporting live from the hotel room already.
Recording live from the hotel room. Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah, for sure. So see y'all next Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to this show, the PR Project, on YouTube. Make sure you follow Aaron at Aaron Worldwide, Aaron X Worldwide.
Aaron X Worldwide, AARON X WORLDWIDE. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok if you want to. I put more running stuff on TikTok. I'm not as active, but the drip is getting off on Instagram. Follow me there.
Gas them up.
Yeah, and get us to 500 subscribers. We still trying to get there.
Yeah, we've been running around the same number. So yeah, we gotta figure this out. Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend. And then also follow me on Instagram. It's at Tommy_runs, TOMMIE_RUNZ. But honestly, hit us up with questions. Hit us up with topics that you want to hear us talk about. If it's about shoes, you want to know about what we like about a shoe, dislike about a shoe, we will let you know. We're very honest and open. We're doing this show for multiple reasons. One of them is to help other people. and then just to kind of hear ourselves talk a little bit too. So,
Yeah. If you want to hear my analysis of the 2022 NBA draft, also DM Tommy. Let him know. Let him know that's what y'all want to hear. Because I got takes on takes.
Just DM Aaron about that, and y'all can do that for sure. Because I'll just be sitting here looking dumb. We will definitely have to do one of these boys when you're talking. Just let it be Aaron's show. Yeah, for sure. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Episode 4 is over. The PR project off season.
You're
bless up. See y'all next Sunday.